How we feeling?
Word, man. Grateful, man. Grateful. Grateful to be here with all you guys. Thank you guys. Go to gym, baby. Appreciate y'all, man.
Next, what'd you think of this fight? What's your reaction of it?
Man, let me tell you, Shakur moved so well. He won every round, and he was just a step ahead with quickness and just with, just the plan himself. Great plan coming in, and he did well. Congratulations to him.
Man, he better leave that alone.
What did you think of Shakur's performance
He
tonight?
did what he had to do, man. There's always room for improvement. I think he had a lot of stuff he could have did, but he's so talented and gifted, man. You also got to trust what he's seeing in there. We on the outside,
Connor, what was that about right there? What was Shakur saying to you in there?
If he wants it, he can get it next.
Right.
Ultimately, I ain't scared or worried about him.
Well, what did you think? What did you think of his performance?
Yeah, no, it was a great performance. He performed really well. But ultimately,
Madison Square Garden was buzzing like it knew history was about to get rewritten. And when the bell rang, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez gave us a fight that felt less like a bout and more like a live chess match, with power tools.
Edward, top performance from Shakur tonight. Just
made Teofimo look like a novice. I mean, that's how good he is. 120, 109, 108. I mean, just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
is that what you expected from Shakur? No.
I mean, listen, I expected an incredible performance, but I didn't expect it to be completely one-sided. I mean, he won every round, in my opinion. It like the golfing levels was phenomenal. And I said to Bud, like, going into 12, he could do 40 rounds, Shakur.
Now we got the main event with Shakur, and I knew that was gonna happen. Everybody be talking all that rah to me. I know boxing, and like I told y'all, we was gonna see a little bit of athleticism, but we was gonna see Shakur be using his jab, going to the body, and we saw blood today. Shakur did great today. Only thing I can ask for is a stoppage. I can't ask for nothing else.
Amazing fight. Teofimo is my guy. But I've always been a fan of Shakur, and I think that Shakur put on a clinic tonight. Least amount of risk. Been able to put his skill set into fruition all night. The jab was leading. You can tell the difference in skill.
Shakur started cold and surgical, touching Teo with that southpaw jab like he was drawing lines on a blueprint, constantly pulling him into traps, sliding off at angles, making Teo punch air just enough to frustrate him. Precision, patience, and deadly timing all in the first few rounds.
Is that what you're saying? He won all 12 rounds?
Well, maybe he lost one, but he won the majority of rounds.
At what time did you realize that this was just going to be Shakur taking over the whole fight?
After the fourth round.
After the fourth round?
Yeah.
Thoughts on this fight?
Easy work. My brother Shakur spanked his 12 rounds like I told him he would. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of my brother, man. He did his thing, man.
What stood out the most for Shakur right now?
Say it again?
What stood out the most for Shakur?
Huh?
What stood out the most for Shakur tonight versus Teofimo?
Wait, what you said?
What stood out the most?
Oh, boy. I already knew he was going to box his out. Like, he was going to box him out. Easy work, you know?
Like, never out of control, footwork, timing, shot selection. I actually think he could have stopped Teofimo if he'd have stepped on him. Teofimo looked like frustrated, just obviously he was busted up to the face. He's a phenomenal fighter, 4-division world champion.
Teofimo, it seems like he couldn't just get it going. Like he just tried differently going up and down. The counters were getting him.
Yeah.
What could he done differently tonight?
I don't know, it's difficult to box against a great mover like that. And, he tried, definitely tried. His dad was emotional, he wanted him to do better, but, this is boxing.
Teo, though, refused to play the passive role. He kept exploding in bursts, switching rhythm mid-round, darting in with sharp combinations, then stepping off at weird angles that made Shakur hesitate for just split seconds. Enough to remind everyone this wasn't a clinic, this was a battle of brains and instincts.
But I think he put on a tremendous performance, and obviously, the level he's at, you always look for things he could do better,
what did you see from the outside that he made?
I mean, I'm just saying, I think it was a lot of body work and stuff like that. He could have touched on, but again, he's in there, so he's seeing stuff, he's feeling the punches. We not, so you got to trust what he's seeing.
Teofimo just couldn't get going.
He put on a show. Well, he tried to get going. He just wasn't allowed to.
Teofimo, it seems like he couldn't just get it going. Like he just tried differently going up and down. The counters were getting him.
Yeah.
What could he done differently tonight?
I don't know. You know, it's difficult to box against a great mover like that. And, you know, he tried. He definitely tried. His dad was emotional. You know, he wanted him to do better, but, you know, this is boxing.
Yeah, I definitely did. I feel like he's a fighter, so he tried to fight back. But, yeah, I picked him apart. In the second round, I want to say that I told my corner, I said, I'm stronger than he is.
By the middle rounds, the fight got spicy. Shakur started mixing in body shots, digging that straight left downstairs after freezing Teo's guard. Teo answered with big counters and sudden pressure moments that had the crowd jumping out of their seats. There were stretches where Shakur looked untouchable, gliding, pivoting, painting Teo with clean shots.
Best opponent. Any disappointment that you didn't stop him? Because you said even during the fight you wanted to stop him.
No, it's no disappointment. It's boxing at the end of the day. I seen him go out there, and when I was about to stop him, he started fighting back a little bit. So, respect to him. He's a sharp fighter. He got a lot of knowledge, and he did what he did to survive.
And that was the difference to me that made the fight. It wasn't about grit. It wasn't about heart. It was about sheer talent. And Shakur displayed that tonight. So.
What did you think about, obviously, Teo's eye? He never seemed to be able to get into it at all. Is that kind of like the experience you had?
He won a round or two, maybe, but that's it. Shakur too dominant. He was able to hit him clean first round, able to avoid shots. Shakur is just on his A game. He's sharper, he's stronger, he's better, and now he's a 4-division world champion. I'm so proud of him.
And then moments where Teo flipped the script, bullying him to the ropes, landing heavy hooks, making it look like momentum was swinging in real time. Both guys had those oh wait moments, the kind where you could feel Twitter drafts being deleted and analysts panicking. In the championship rounds, it turned into pure will versus precision. Shakur stayed composed, calculating, picking spots. Teo dug deep, pressing, throwing with bad intentions, refusing to let the fight drift away quietly. Neither guy faded. Neither guy broke.
I thought, that we could take risks and do more and whatnot, and as the fight went on, it seemed like it just got better. We was hoping that the pace would, kind of kick in with him and slow him down. But I think it did to a point. But I think, his overall performance, he did well. Like I said, we gave a lot of respect to him. He's a formidable opponent, and Shakur just came with the game plan and just outscored him. We want to get ahead on the scorecard.
They just kept adjusting, reacting, thinking, and swinging until the final bell felt like a release for the whole arena. When it was over, both fighters stood there breathing heavy, faces marked up, knowing they just delivered something that would be debated for years. Some fans walked out convinced they saw a technical masterpiece. Others swore they saw raw ambition nearly bend the blueprint. Either way, everyone agreed. This wasn't just a fight. It was a collision of styles, minds, and legacies that felt way bigger than a win or a loss. Terence Crawford came out after the fight with that calm, surgical champion energy. And when Bud talks, you listen, he's not just watching, he's decoding.
Did you think you was really going to beat him up that way?
Yes. I've been told you this. I told you this a minute ago. I said he's not on my level, and I proved it tonight. And shout out to you, bro. You're a hell of a fighter. I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you went there and did what you were supposed to do. You dig deep and you did what you were supposed to do, and I'm proud of you.
Crawford said he loved how Shakur controlled distance early. Those first few rounds looked like Shakur was running a tutorial on range management while Teo was trying to skip to the boss fight. But then Bud pointed out Teo's mid-round adjustments, how he started timing Shakur's exits and sneaking counters in half-second windows. That's where the fight turned from a clinic into a real duel. Crawford also mentioned the bodywork from both sides, saying people sleep on how much those shots changed the tempo. And you could see both guys slow just enough for the chess match to get even more dangerous.
Your reaction to how he performed tonight?
Marvelous. Only thing I didn't like, that he was standing on the ropes too long.
Now, when I saw him on the ropes, I thought he was downloading what Zepeda was doing. It seemed like he was slipping punches and not really taking shots. What did you think?
He was, but at the same time, he was getting hit with little shots that he shouldn't have been getting hit with. And it looked good to the judges, especially keeping somebody on the ropes and, hitting them with the little shots, pressuring them, it just don't look